So Matt of Briggs here, Briggsy, Biggsy, the oil rigs. Funny story with Briggsy. He was doing his UEFA B licence, and he had someone flown in from Africa. First day, he thought his name was Biggs. So the whole rest of the week, he kept calling him Biggsy. So us players were just like, "Hey, Biggsy!
Briggsy, go on, boy!"
Biggsy, did he? I've known Matt Briggs since 2006. Obviously recruited myself and Mark on phone calls back then through Skype, or he needed Jerry Moss's permission to call him through the office.
His competitiveness, he wanted to win, he wanted us to win, he wanted us to win the right way, he wanted to do things well, wanted to make sure that we worked hard above anything else.
Absolutely mental. Head mental, leg mental.
Well, he's firm, really firm. Probably some things you probably didn't necessarily wouldn't get away with today, but the players we had were fantastic, and he knew that, and he knew he could push us to get the most out of us.
I hated to lose. I can tell you copious amounts of stories of when we did lose, of shouting that's the standard and all of this, or we'd get home at 2 a.m. in the morning and he'd go straight to the gym and work out for an hour, or the next day we'd have a meeting and he'd shave his head or whatever. Absolutely mental.
The story, we lost to Dana first game of the season in 2008. I think we lost on a penalty, and we're all sitting, it wasn't that bad. And so the next day, we're up at 6 a.m, Hayworth Park, freezing cold, the sprinklers are going off, 12-minute run, and he could run. He was fitter than all of us. 12-minute run, followed by another 12-minute run, followed by some runs, followed by a game. And I think halfway through the game, I've turned around, and he's behind me playing in the game. And obviously, we just get on with it. And I think you look back at those things right now, and really what he was telling us is he's telling us get yourself after it. Come on, we don't lose games like this. And I think we went to California after that, and we beat a couple of ranked teams, and that was the first season that, as a program, we went to nationals. Was in 2008, and sometimes those are the little things that give you the edge.
The obsession from him and us made it an unbelievable experience, and that has grown onto all of us. For Mark being the men's soccer coach, for me being the women's soccer coach, for people that have gone all around the world to coach in Australia, and Milan Ivanovic, who was the assistant for the US women's national team. Everything he's done for us is instilled with us with that dedication and passion. And times where we are mental, probably where Mark is and I am or whatever, but I think there's so many people that don't realise without him we wouldn't be here.
There'll be lots of things read about first time at nationals, two consecutive time at national tournament, final sight, games won, all those stats will come out, and that's all fantastic, but it's really irrelevant when it comes to, I think, a coach or someone in administration. I think it's their effect they had on people, and are they a good person, are they a good man?
But I did know I was one of his favourites at training once, because we was kicking balls over, it was over a distance, whatever, and I smashed the ball and just hit him in the back of the head, and he's turned around with his face, he was skinhead. And I've just crouched down and gone like that, and he's gone, "Oh, it's Whitey, it's okay." If it was anyone else, we'd have been running, he would have gone mental. No food today, or whatever it would have been. On the line, respect. I knew I was always one of his favourites for sure. So I love that. And sometimes he pushed a lot of buttons, but to connect, and just, he loved being around us to try and push us to that next level is what we probably forget about as coaches sometimes. And that's, for me, was why he's a Hall of Famer.
On behalf of a lot of people who wouldn't be here because of you, a lot of people that wouldn't have families, a lot of people that wouldn't have jobs, a lot of people that wouldn't have opportunities, because you've not only brought them here and given them opportunities, as you have done me, I think for all those people, we should all be thankful for that.
Probably a friend first, boss second, probably entertainer third. Without him, I would not be standing here, I would not have a family. Those phone calls, making sure I got here, probably don't tell him enough how much I appreciate him and how much I love him. I'm gonna grab another beer. See you later, mate.
Well, first of all, I'd like to congratulate Molly, Brent and Taylor for their induction into the Bellevue University Hall of Fame. So congratulations. I'd also like to thank Trish for her hard work leading up to this weekend. and for creating a very memorable weekend for all of us. So thank you. I'm incredibly humbled to accept this award because I'm very aware that any success that we achieved was down to the players in the programme, their individual and collective qualities and their desire to win. So to every player, thank you, and thank you to those here this evening. On top of that, the programme was blessed with some fantastic assistant coaches, and for each of those I'm very grateful, as I know each player is too. When I reflect on my time here, I hardly remember the games. Naturally, there are some specific moments that stand out, but really the games are fleeting. The relationships that were created, the lasting friendships developed over the years, are really what mean the very most to me. Along with that, it's impossible to put into words the pure joy I feel when I see players excelling in their careers, but perhaps more importantly, as husbands and fathers. Witnessing their successes transcends anything that we ever did on or off the pitch. So rather than talking about soccer, I'd like to take this opportunity talk about the opportunity and support Bellevue University gave me. Coach Mossa, thank you for taking a chance on me in the first place. If it wasn't for you and the opportunity that you provided, I most likely would have stayed in England, and my life would have looked a whole lot different, so thank you. Mrs. Mossa, thank you for all that you gave to our players, especially with letting them rent your property on Hancock Street. I honestly don't know where we would have kept them if you hadn't have given us that opportunity, so thank you. Coach Lahotak, thank you for your guidance and patience with me as I learned over the years that as a coach, it was my responsibility to serve the players and not the players to serve me. So thank you for that. Where's Doreen? Doreen. Thank you for all of your administrative help. Goodness knows it wasn't exactly my strength. So thank you. And you probably don't know really how much you helped our program. So thank you. And then to Dr. Hawkins, I need to thank Dr. Hawkins for her support over the years of not only our program, but also through my various visa and green card issues. So thank you to Dr. Hawkins. I'd just like to finish by saying thank you for this weekend and for being inducted into the Hall of Fame. And thank you to all of the players and the coaching staff and administration. But my biggest thank you is to you, Coach Mossa. Because without the opportunity, I would never have met my beautiful wife. And I wouldn't have had my two wonderful sons. So thank you. So Coach and Bellevue, thank you for the opportunity you provided and the future life you helped me create. God bless.